So as you get a few rows on, you will see that the yarns are forming stitches which slope upward in the same direction. If you twist the two strands counterclockwise or towards you instead of away from you, it slopes in the opposite direction. So the direction you twist the yarn forms the basis for very different design techniques. When the two weft yarns are of different colors, very interesting designs are achieved. You can create individual tweeds and textures by varying your choice of color and the direction that you twist them. So I have reached the beginning of my weaving again, and I'm going to do two colors. So when you're ready to start a new yarn or you run out of a yarn, all you need to do is just tie a new piece onto the old one. So just tie a square knot, and then you want to push that knot to the back side. So now I have two colors, and if I continue weaving with two colors, you will see that the brown comes forward one time and the white comes forward the next time. So it's alternating, and you can also get an idea of the direction of these stitches with the two colors. You can see how they're slanting upward. So if I continue on this way and I do one complete row, now you may have an odd number or an even number of warps on your loom. It doesn't matter. So I'm twisting away from me with two colors. You can also use three colors. You carry one behind until you're ready to use it. So here I am back to the beginning. So I have an odd number of warps. So with an odd number of warps, you will see that the brown is now under the white and the white is now under the brown. So if I continue in this manner, I'll have a diagonal because it's slanting this way. So your color control is achieved by the direction you turn your yarn, whether you turn it a half turn or full turn between your warps, and whether you're twisting away from you or towards you. So if I was twisting, well, let's say if I wanted to have the white under the white, and I have an odd number of warps. So right here where I began, I would twist a full turn instead of a half turn. And that brings the white forward again. So if I twisted towards me, towards me instead of away from me, and maybe I can give you an idea of how it's going to look with the lines going the opposite direction. So you can see that now, instead of slanting upward, they're slanting downward. So if I get a few more on here, maybe you could get an idea. So these form like little chicken tracks. So you can see now how this one is slanting upwards and this is slanting downward. because I changed the direction of my twist. So since either color can be brought forward at any time during the weaving, there's no limit to the two color patterns that can be created. So here's an example, twisting away from you or clockwise the entire bag, and with an odd number of warps I get this angle, this twill. And if I were to do the twill twisting away from me until I get to a certain point and then twist towards me, it reverses the direction of the twill. So if I wanted to have the same color on the same warp, if I had an even number of warps, it would automatically come out like this. If I have an odd number, then at the edge I would do a full twist. Or if I wanted to move it over to the next warp, I would do a full twist, and that moves the color block over. So again, here is the diagonal going in one direction, and then I reverse the twist and it goes the opposite direction. And this little chicken tracks right here, I call them chicken tracks, is what this is right here. Now in this little bag, I went over 2 warps, and then I switched and went over 1 warp, and then I went back and went over 2 warps. Now you can also split the pairs, so you can do 1 row going over these 2 warps, and then when you get to the next row, you can actually split those and go over the other pairs. So you can split those, and instead of going over these 2, you would go over these 2. So you just split your pairs, and you would have 1 single to start with, and then you would have different pairs. So there are all kinds of different designs you can do. It just is endless possibility, and depending on the color and the direction of your twist, that's how you get your designs. So there are all kinds of ways to finish your bag. Here's a simple method of just tying overhand knots in the warp on the outside. Very quick finish that gives you fringe. You can also turn your bag wrong side out and tie knots on the inside. Here's a method where you take it off the loom and then hold the front and the back together and then twine across both of them. That gives you a solid bottom finish. And then you can add fasteners, handles, whatever you choose. This one has a handle that is plied, and you can have handles with fringe on them. You can have fasteners. This is just a braided fastener with a button. You can have snap fasteners. You can have lining in your bags without lining. You can have handles that are attached separately. These are separate handles. You can also make shaped bags, and for this you have to cut your warps longer. So you take it off the loom, use a separate base cord, and form half hitches around that base cord. So there are all kinds of finishes to your bag, and the ideas are about endless. So enjoy the different methods of twining, experiment with 2 colors, 3 colors even, see what you can come up with, and just by varying your twist and your colors, which is forward and which is back, you can come up with all kinds of designs and all kinds of finishes to your bag. So it's really a very versatile process. So enjoy experimenting with twining, and thank you for watching.